So this is for all our participants. So I welcome all our participants from FB and also from Facebook and also from Zoom who are been participating in today's webinar. So this poll is for you all so that we come to know from where have you got to know about this session, and we can promote you other sessions also in the same way. So I'm launching the poll. Okay, so I'll end the poll. Okay, so we have many participants who have been coming to know about the session from WhatsApp, and also some of them have got to know from their friends. So I'm good. It's good to know about that. So we'll start with today's session. So today's session is a very important topic, that is weight loss, and I know it is very much helpful for all the participants and also for many people nowadays, as there is a very disturbed lifestyle and all. So before we start with the session, I would just like to give you all a brief about our today's expert. So our today's expert is Mrs. Maithili Kelkar, and she's a nutritionist, and she's also has a 10 years experience in various hospital ICUs and corporates too. And she's been working on it since last 10 years, 10 plus years. So thank you, ma'am, for today's webinar you are conducting. And yes, before we start with the session, for all the participants, I would like to give some guidelines. Is that I request all the participants to keep their audios on mute so that the webinar goes smoothly and the expert, whatever she is explaining us, is audible and clear to all of you. So yes, I hand over to you, ma'am, and you can start up with the session.
Okay. Yeah, so hi, I'm dietitian Maithili, and today I'll be speaking on a very important topic to you all on simple ways to boost your weight loss. Okay. So currently we are in quarantine, in lockdown since I think more than 45 days. I'm sure for all of us, somewhere this staying at home, this lockdown has caused a change in our lifestyle. Maybe our eating patterns, our food choices, the way we eat, our work schedules, our exercise schedules, all in all, our lifestyle. So I would start off my session by just understanding from you all, uh, is this lockdown, is this staying at home caused a change in your weight? Has it caused weight gain for you all? So can we take a quick poll for the audience, from the audience, please?
Yes, sure. I'll just share with the poll.
Okay.
Yeah, so first poll is staying at home changed your food habits and activity resulting weight gain for you, right? So I'll just share
Yeah.
with the poll. Yeah. Yeah, so you all have the poll on your screen, and you can start voting for this. Yeah, so we have many of our participants voting still. So we'll just
Okay.
wait for 2 to 3 minutes, and I'll end the poll and share the results on the screen.
Okay.
Yes, so okay, so I'll end the poll, and we have the results with us. Yes, so yeah, the results are on the screen.
Yeah. Okay. So the poll results which I have. So many of you think that yes, this lockdown period, this staying at home has resulted in a change in weight, particularly a weight gain for you. So let's start by taking a step further and understanding how to reduce this weight and what are the simple ways in which you can reduce your weight as well as improve your health when you are at home, when you're staying at home. So I'll start my session with this on foods to help you boost your weight loss, simple ways to boost your weight loss from home. So this is the tip number one, which I would like to share with you, is to stock up on more millets. Okay, so next time when you go grocery shopping, try to get some local millets in your, try to get some hold of local millets. Now, millets are a very huge category of grains, and they are widespread across India. We get different kinds of millets. Some millets which we get here in Maharashtra are nachni, bajra, jawar, vari ka chawal, sama rice. Then there are a lot of other millets which are there. So whichever millets are available in your area, in your locality, try to get them and try to start having millets in your diet. When you add millets to your diet, it helps you to add in a lot of fiber. So when you add fiber to the diet, it helps you to boost your weight loss, helps in fat reduction, as well as along with adding fiber, millets will also help you to improve your satiety value of that meal. So when I say satiety value, it means when you're eating lesser quantities, you feel full. So you're eating less quantity of millets, you're getting in less calories, but you're staying full. So with this, adding fiber and improving the satiety value of the food, millets will definitely help you in reducing weight, reducing fats. Along with that, when you're adding millets, it also adds in a lots and lots of different kinds of minerals, micronutrients, vitamins. So it overall makes your diet really, really healthy. And along with that, it helps in boosting weight loss and improving your health. Now, you get a lot of different kinds of millet products in the market. You get flours, attas, grains. So you can make a lot of different dishes like a dosa, a chila, or maybe you can use it in a basic upma, poha, or a so this way, try to stock up on more of local millets and try to help, which will help you in improving your health and also help in weight loss. Next slide. I'll second slide.
Yes, I have shared
Okay.
the second slide. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my point number two, which I would like to share, the next step is to have sprouts more often. Now, when you're adding sprouts to your diet, it firstly gives you a lot of variety. So it will break the monotony of, having a dal for protein every day. Along with adding variety, sprouts have contain a lot of healthy proteins. So when you're having a protein in your diet, it helps you to boost your metabolism. It helps you to improve your muscle tone. And this will help in reducing the fat percentage, keeping your weight at check. And also sprouts contain a lot of fiber. Along with adding proteins and fiber to the meal, sprouts also improve the satiety value, the point, like the thing which I talked about in the first point, that it contains lesser calories, and it also helps you to feel fuller with smaller also help improving weight loss.
Hello.
Try to have hello, yeah,
Hello.
hello,
Yeah, I'm so
yeah,
sorry to interrupt, but your voice has been breaking in between a bit.
okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
So hello,
Hello.
is it
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So I'll just to quickly recap of the sprouts point is when you're adding sprouts to the diet, it adds a lot of proteins and fiber. So by adding proteins to the diet, it will help improve your body's metabolism. That is, the fat burning ability of the body is very high. So it helps you to keep your fat at check, reduce your weight, and adding fiber helps you to make fuller. helps you to keep fuller. So you eat lesser quantity and stay full. Your food cravings also go down. So try to include sprouts for at least 2 to 3 times in a week in your diet, and try to use sprouts in cooked or steamed form. Steamed form of sprouts is the best way to add it to your meal, because it helps to retain maximum nourishment of the nutrients of the sprouts. Also, when you sprout the pulses, it adds to a lot of various B complex vitamins which are maybe not present in the normal pulses, and also generates vitamin C. So it's a very good thing to have sprouts in your diet. Do try to add it. You can add it to various dishes like a cutlet, chila, paratha, or just a slice of bread, or maybe make a salad out of it. Next slide, the third slide. Okay, my point number 3 for you all is to have a spice cooling detox drink. Now, the spices which I recommend during summers for this detox drinks are the cooling spices like sauf, that is barishep, or jeera. Now, try to infuse them in water. That is, just soak a teaspoon or 2 of these sauf or jeera in a liter of water. Soak it for at least 5 to 6 hours. Strain it, and your detox drink is ready. You can add a little bit of honey, or you can add in a little bit of lemon to it to make it interesting, to make it tasty. Now, when you're adding this spice detox drink, this cooling drink, firstly, it cools off your body. So it's really good for the summer heat, to balance out the summer heat. It also helps you to detox and cleanse your body system. So when I say detox, it means to remove the body's toxins. Now, the body toxins are generated, in our body due to various metabolic processes, or we come in contact with the other toxins of the environment. When toxins come in contact with our body, it reduces the body's functioning, it reduces the metabolism. So when you have something like a simple home-based spiced cooling detox drink, it will help you remove these toxins, cleanse your system, and also boost your metabolism. So all in all, this will help in an efficient fat burning of the body. Your body will help, body's ability to burn fats will be really high, and it will keep your weight at check, boost your weight loss. So try to include these spice detox drinks in your diet. And also, it's a great way of adding liquids, a fun way of adding liquids to your diet. Next slide, fourth slide. Okay, and the next tip for you all is to have a fruit infused water. So it is something similar to what I just spoke, the spice drinks. So here we'll be adding fruits in your fruits and making the infused water. So when you're making a fruit infused water, try to go for seasonal fruits. So currently maybe you can use melons, lemons, or you can use maybe a few slices of cucumber, and try to add some mint to it. So it makes a flavored water. It helps you to cool off, hydrate. Soak these fruits and mint leaves for at least 3 to 4 hours, and your fruit infused water is ready. Now it will help you to boost your weight loss process in the similar way. It will cleanse your body, detox your system, and boost your metabolism. So all in all, it will help you to boost up the weight loss, and also it will hydrate, cool off the body. So you can definitely have something like a fruit infused water. It's something similar to the flavored water which we get in the shops. So that is high in sugar. So this will be a natural, simple cooling drink, which is zero on sugar, no preservatives, and with no calories. So you can definitely try to have this. Next slide. And my fifth point and the final point which I would like to discuss is to snack on a seasonal fruit every day. Try to eat a seasonal fruit which is available very easily in your local area as per the season. We are getting a lot of mangoes now. You can definitely have mangoes as a mid snack. Try not to have it with the meal. Try to have these fruits as small fillers in between your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When you're eating healthy, when you're eating a snack, when you're eating a snack as fruit, it reduces the food cravings, reduce the cravings towards unhealthy food, or you will, where you might eat a binge eat or have some unhealthy snack. You can definitely have a fruit. It will add fiber, and mainly it will give you a lot of antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. So it will help you nourish your body. Now, fruits can be included in your diet in many ways. You can just slice some fruits and have it, or you can make a smoothie out of it, a fruit salad out of it. But try to snack on a seasonal fruit, at least 1 to 2 fruits per day. So, yeah, next slide. So these were the 5 ways which I wanted to discuss with you all. These are the 5 tips which I would give you all to start off to boost your weight loss process, which can be which are stay fit, to reduce your weight and to keep your weight at check, and as well as that help you to help in improving your health as well. Hello. Yeah.
Hello.
So,
Yes, yes.
that's me. I would like to take a quick poll and understand from the audience. Uh, with this, with these 5 tips, how motivated you all are to towards losing that extra weight or to keep your fat at check. How motivated you all are. So, can we take a quick poll from the audience?
Yes, yes, yes. I'll just launch the poll on the screen so that it is visible.
Okay.
Yeah, so the poll is on the screen. So I wish all the participants can start voting.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have many participants voting us. So we'll wait for 2 to 3 minutes and I'll end the poll. Yeah, okay. So I'll stop the poll and I'll share this results on the screen. Yes, so results are on the screen.
Okay, so we got a whooping 100%. That's a very good thing. It's a positive reinforcer for me
Yes.
as well. So I'm really happy to see this amazing results that all of you all are motivated to reduce the weight, to get fit, and you can definitely start these tips. And I would like to just end on this note is that for weight loss, you don't need any elaborate recipes or difficult things or some elaborate shopping. You can start with your weight loss. You can definitely go ahead with your weight loss, staying at home, getting simple things, managing with simple grocery, and eating balanced diets. So this is it from me. I would like to know if any queries are there, if there are any questions from the audience.
Yes, thank you so much, Mrs. Maithili, to
Yeah.
taking such a wonderful session. And these are very basic and easily available food items which can help us in weight loss also.
Yeah.
So yes, we have some questions with us. So the first question is that which foods are good for diabetic person to lose weight?
Okay, so for diabetes, majorly these whole grains are good. So all different kinds of whole grains which you can maybe keep at home. So as we discussed in the presentation, millets. So millets, all the category of millets are definitely beneficial for patients with diabetes. They will help you keep your sugar at check. So try to use different kinds of whole grains, bajra, jawar, ragi, wheat or dalia. So these whole grains will definitely help you out.
Okay.
Keep a balanced diet. Try to keep a balance of carbs and proteins. So when I say carbs and proteins, it's a grain and a protein combination, like a Indian thali, like a chapati, sabzi, dal. That combination should be there in your diet in all three meals. This will help you to keep, stay fit, getting all the nutrition along with losing weight. And there are a lot of these superfoods for diabetes, like methi seeds, oats, which help you specifically to manage the sugar as well. So these also should be included in the diet of a patient with diabetes.
Okay, yes. Thank you so much for this. And also, we have one more question that what is the role of protein in weight loss?
Okay, so when you add protein to your diet, firstly, it helps you to improve your metabolism. So when I say metabolism, it means that it helps you in improving the fat burning ability. So our body uses fats to break it down and use it as calories. So that protein, when you add it to your diet, it will improve the metabolism and it improve the fat burning ability. When you're adding proteins to your diet, also it will improve the satiety value of the food. That is when you're eating lesser calories, but you're feeling fuller, so your cravings will go off. So a lot of the people who are having weight issues, they get a lot of these food cravings. I get a lot of clients saying that I have sweet cravings. I get sweet cravings towards the end of the day. Somewhere down the line, your protein intake is missing. You're not having the required quantity of protein in the diet. So a combination of this balanced meal in breakfast, lunch, dinner is very important, where you get a mix of grains and proteins. So that combination is required, and it's very, very important to have protein as per your activity level.
Okay,
So
good.
for
Yeah. Okay, so
that will help you.
okay, we have a next question is that which is the good time to have jeera or soft water?
Jeera soft water can be actually had any time through the day. So you can maybe make that infusion of water a liter of saying 1 liter ends. You can also have it first thing in the morning. So it will improve your digestion. It will help you improve your bowel movements, cleanse your system. So morning is a very good time, but you can also have it throughout the day.
Okay, yeah, fine. And next question is how can I keep a track of my weight loss progress?
Track of weight loss progress. Okay. So see, weight loss doesn't really mean that you have to, I have to lose certain amount of kilos in this span. When you're losing weight in a healthy way, you will feel energetic. You will see a loss in fat. They basically will see a fat reduction. Your clothes getting looser. So an inch loss is happening. You're feeling energetic, and thirdly, your cravings are gone off. So all in all, you'll get a feel good feeling that that you're feeling happy, you're feeling energetic. So that is the time when your body is functioning better, your weight loss is happening. And with weight
Okay,
reduction, you should also see that it is the body's fats which are getting lost. It is not just the water loss. Because many of
yes,
my clients, they come up to me and say that I my so and so friend lost so many kilos in a month span. So that is not the healthy way. The healthy way of losing weight is to lose body's fat, and it will only happen gradually over few. So you will see gradual differences in your weight, and a gradual weight loss is the healthy way to lose weight.
yes, right. We should not make any time a very fast weight loss because making food less and then losing weight is not a healthy weight loss. Yeah. So our next question is how spice water helps in weight loss?
Yeah, so spice water, what it does, it helps you to detox. So detox as in it will remove the body's toxins. So there are a lot of these toxins which are generated in the body due to, body's metabolic processes, the digestion and breathing and all those things. So it generates toxins. Also, we come in contact with the toxins, maybe, through pollution or through food or the chemicals which are there. So all in all, this somewhere reduces the body's functioning, the metabolism, the breaking of fats to release energy. So what these spice drinks does, detox drinks does, is that it will remove this toxin, it will cleanse, it will take out these toxins which are generated in the body out of the body, and your body's functioning is better. So when your body's functioning is better, and anything like you're eating healthy and exercising, the fat loss, the weight loss will be good. Also, these detox drinks will boost your metabolism. So along with correcting the metabolism, it also increases the metabolic rate. So the rate of fat burning is also increased. So this is how you
Yes,
boost
yes.
your body's weight with these spice drinks.
Okay, yeah. So our next question is, what should be the frequency of cooling detox drink in a week?
You can have these detox drinks like every day. That's what. So I go as per the season. So currently it's summer season, so I then have recommended the cooling drinks. So you can have it every day, 1 liter, 2 liter per day, like, like a normal water. You can make it and keep, and you can keep sipping it. It will continuously up your metabolism throughout the day. So yeah, you can have these drinks every day as well.
Okay, fine. And also our next question is, it's mango season now, and how many mangoes we can have per day?
So you can have up to, see, it depends on what state of weight you are, but definitely you can have one mango per day, that is for sure. But try to have this mango in between your meals. So we have a habit of having fruits. Some people have a habit of having fruits after the meal. So
Yes,
try
yes.
to have these fruits as in between snacks. So I'm having my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can have a small snack between your breakfast and lunch, or an evening snack. So that is the best time to have any fruit, and mango specifically. You can also have mangoes before your exercise. So mangoes will give you a lot of energy. They have potassium, so it helps you to feel energetic, and your workouts are really good.
Yes, right, right. And our next question is, what type of flour is good for weight loss?
So definitely, unprocessed flour will be good. So refined flours is what you need to avoid. So refined flours meaning you need to avoid maida or that corn flour, cornstarch, which is there. So that contains a little, high, it's a little high on the calories. When you're having these unprocessed grains, or you're having whole wheat flour, or whole these bajra or ragi flour, it contains more of fiber because the processing is less. The fiber content of the grain is, when it's taken out, is less. So that is why these whole flours will be good for you. So try to
Okay.
have the whole wheat or the whole grain flour basically.
Right, okay. So our next question is very interesting. So it is, any alternative for a chocolate craving?
Yeah. So see, firstly, you're getting a chocolate craving because somewhere, I think I spoke in this in my talk, is somewhere some nutrient is missing. Specifically, I think protein. So you need to firstly check the protein intake of your diet. Uh, Still, if you want to have a healthy alternative for a chocolate, a date, or dry fruits are a great alternative. Or sometimes maybe you can indulge in dark chocolate, a small piece or so. But still, I feel somewhere that protein intake or some nutrient intake might be missing in your diet. That is why you're getting this chocolate craving, sweet craving. It's a very common thing to have when your protein or your fiber intake is less.
Okay. Yeah, so we have many questions. So next question is, how do you control food cravings?
Yeah, so food cravings come up because you are either eating less as per your activity levels. So firstly, you need to, like, you need to think about that, eating less will not help me in weight loss. it is eating right and in right quantity and at right time will help you. So a
Right.
small frequent meal pattern is which I generally tell my clients, that you need to eat small meals, eat more frequently, and keep lesser gaps in your meal. That is the main thing to control the food cravings. And can you repeat the question again?
How do you control food
Food
cravings?
cravings. Okay. So one thing is that small meal pattern should be there. When I say small meal, it doesn't mean that each time you have to sit and cook things. You can have simple snacks like how we discussed. A fruit or a healthy snack can definitely be had. This will reduce the food cravings. Along with that, you need to eat a protein. Maybe you are exercising, your protein intake is less, so your protein intake should be in check. Your protein intake should be as per your exercise intensity. So if that is lacking, you will get a craving. Or maybe you are eating very less, the food quantity of reduced. So your quantity of food will depend on how much of activity you are doing. So as per that, if you eat healthy food, correct timely food, the cravings will definitely go away.
Yes, right. Okay. So, our next question is share some weight loss foods for PCOS.
Okay, so for PCOD, mainly there is this hormonal imbalance which is there. Uh, See, all for PCOD, mainly all the weight loss alternatives are good, like eating small meals and adding protein and fiber and adding the whole grains. Along with that, these you need to check if you have some intolerances. So generally with PCOD, we give a gluten-free diet or a dairy-free diet. That helps and managing the hormones. And when your hormones are in proper control, it's in range, you start seeing a weight loss as well. These spice infused drinks also help, because in PCOD there are a lot of people face bloating. So this
Yeah.
spice infused drink also helps in reducing the bloating, and you will see a weight loss, because in PCOD there is some amount of water retention is also seen. So
Yes,
those
yes,
are the things we need to work on.
yes, right. Okay. So, our next question is if a sprouts doesn't suit, then what can be the substitute of sprouts?
Okay, so you have a lot of other protein options. Like if not sprouts, if you're bored having dals, you can have these nuts, almonds and walnuts and pistas and cashews, definitely in smaller quantities. Then you get these natural protein drinks like sattu kata. So it's a natural protein shake. I give it to a lot of my clients. It's a great way of adding proteins to your diet. Just mix it in some water, add some seasonings, maybe honey or black salt, and that's a great way of adding protein. So that I think you can try out, having sattu ka powder.
Yes, and it will be helpful for in the summer period also.
Ha,
Sattu
it cools
Gram.
off us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
Helps in
yeah,
cooling.
yeah. So our next question is brown sugar and demerara sugar same?
Demerara sugar, I think it's some kind of unprocessed sugar only. I think it's the same thing. It's kind of an unprocessed sugar. So when you're eating that unprocessed sugar, it's an unrefined sugar, so it adds to lesser calories. So
Yes.
yeah, you can definitely have that. I think it's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay. Next question is what food can I take if I have a reflux issue?
Okay, acid reflux. Yeah. So for acid reflux, something like this cooling, that a fruit infused, that's a very good thing. With mint leaves will give you a very good. It will be helpful for you for acid reflux. Along with that, you need to see if are you having a lot of spicy or spices, foods which are spicy, or that aggravates the acidity problem. Also people have an habit of keeping a large gap. So those things also in diet we need to control. So eating that small meals, having a little low spice diet, and these superfoods like this mint will definitely help you in managing the acid reflux. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay. Yeah.
one more question is that if anyone is a rice eater, then how to avoid rice?
So you can have rice. So in my diet plans, I generally don't tell people not to have rice. Maybe you can shift the timing. You can have it more in the morning time for breakfast or lunch. You can use the unprocessed grain in the night, like the brown rice or the red rice, which are available. So those things can be had in the night. You can use that bari rice, the millets. So that's similar to having a rice. So those things can be kept in the dinner. So definitely you can have rice. You don't have to avoid it, but have it along with a mixture of vegetables or a protein, so that the quantity of rice is not too high in your
Okay.
meal.
Yeah. Okay. And next is role of exercise in weight loss.
Okay, so yeah, exercise is really important because it will help you to burn the calories. So when you're eating this healthy, you're following this healthy eating, you're following a weight loss diet. If you couple it with exercise, even if you're exercising for say 30 minutes thrice a week, the the weight loss will be faster, and mainly it will boost up your metabolism. The fat burning ability of the body will be increased, so your weight loss will be faster, and you'll see a change in your inches. So fat reduction will be visible more faster, and people will say like you are looking thin. So
Yeah.
definitely exercise is important. Try to do simple exercises at home or something that will aid in weight loss.
Yes, right. Okay. So our next question is, what is durum wheat?
Durum wheat is, I think it's used for these pasta or so. I think it's a form of wheat wherein suji wheat or something. It helps. It's kind of unrefined flour. You can definitely have it. It's generally used in, I think, in making of these pasta noodles or those kinds of products. So it's definitely healthy to have.
Okay. Yeah. And one question from our participants is that how many glasses of water should we have in a day?
Okay, so see, the ideal say is that good old 7 to 8 glasses per day. So I say what I recommend is, your water intake should suit your activity levels and the season. So,
Yes.
so currently, like, it's summer, it's hot, so you need to have at least 3.5 liters of water. If you're exercising, people require more water. Water also aids in improving your metabolism. It will detox the system. So yeah, a correct water intake will help you in weight loss as well. So yeah, so currently I would recommend at least 3 liters of water, or if not water, you can have these other ways of adding liquids. So you can
Okay.
have a buttermilk, coconut water, these infused water.
Yes.
That way.
So instead of only drinking water, they can have other drinks also so that they get
Low
nutrition
calorie
from
drinks.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, fine. Okay. So next question is, can we have rice in dinner and ideal time to have dinner?
Okay, so see, the ideal time is to have dinner is, if you can have it a little early is better. 7 to 8 p.m. is what I recommend. But again, it depends on your work schedules, your timetable of how you are making things, how you're working. But currently, since you are at home, even if you're working late, try to eat a dinner, an early dinner, but say 8:30 p.m. at least. Because when you eat early, it gives a time for the food to get digested. So all these issues of indigestion, acid reflux, would go away. You will get a good night's sleep. And rice definitely you can have for dinner, but you need to have it with a mixture of vegetables and this, or a protein and a vegetables. So it needs to be had like a Indian thali, rice with a dal, with a sabzi and good amounts. And when you're filling your plate, rice quantity should be little lesser, and the rest of half of the plate should be filled up with vegetables, salads, and dal. And you can also try these unprocessed grains, this red rice, brown rice, that would go good in the dinner time.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, so next question is, how can we break the weight loss plateau?
Yeah, so there are a lot of ways of breaking the plateau, but these needs breaking of plateau needs an expert's monitoring. First of all, we need to see why the plateau has come up. Is it due to where you are not eating, you are eating less, or you're not exercising, or you are eating some same similar kind of diet? So a change in routine helps, a change in exercise, a change in diet, or uh, a detox diet or a detox drink also will help you in breaking the plateau.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so our next and last question is that can we have non-veg food for weight loss?
Yeah, so definitely non-vegetarian food is completely okay for weight loss. When you're cooking the non-veg, try to cook it in less oil. So avoid all the fried chicken or the fried food, fish which we generally make. So make it in a gravy form, pan fry it, or maybe grill it. So those kind of healthy options, healthy way of cooking will help. White meat is better, so a fish or a chicken will be definitely better than red meat. You can also have eggs. Egg whites are better, but sometimes, yeah, if you are exercising, a whole egg is also fine. So definitely non-veg you can include. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So yeah, that's all with our question, and we had many questions, and I hope all the participants have got their answers very well. And thank you, Mrs. Methili, to answer the questions very briefly and very in a very easy language, so that they can understand that. So we'll just have a small poll for this, so that we come to know about that how the session was for our participants. So, yeah, I'll just share the feedback poll to all the participants. Yes, so the poll is on the screen, and I hope all the participants vote us in this. Okay, so few minutes and I'll just stop sharing. Yeah, so we have the results with us. So yes, so our today's session was excellent for 63% of our participants and very good for 38% of participants, which is a very good sign. And I know that
Thank you so
they
much.
have got a very much brief introduction about weight loss and very simple food items which are easily available nowadays. And thank you, ma'am, for such a beautiful and wonderful session. So
Thank you. Thank
yes,
you so much.
yes, thank you. So, yes, for all our participants, as for today's webinar, you all have joined us. So, tomorrow we also do have a webinar that is on gut health and weight loss. So, you can take a screenshot of this slide, and you can share it with your friends, and you can share it with your families, so that even they benefit from this knowledgeable webinars. And if you have any other queries, if you have any other issues related to your health or any medical conditions, you can connect us through Facebook or YouTube channel. You can also connect us on the Instagram and Twitter, so that you get more educational and informative sessions and videos as such. So thank you so much, ma'am, for today's webinar. And also thank you for all our participants from Zoom and also from Facebook. Thank you so much, and good luck, and have a good